What is happening, guys? Welcome back. My name is Yousef MAY, and today we're going to be talking about the S&P 500. The base of the whole stock market has been going up and down, but S&P 500 has been killing it. And I wanted to talk to you guys about it just because I feel like it needs a lot of attention, just because a lot of people think we're in a V-shape kind of market, how we went all-time highs. We thought 2020 was an amazing year and everything is gonna be nice and glory and golden, and then all of a sudden we drop in March. And if you bought anything in March, you would have been super filthy rich right now, which I hope you did, but I didn't enough. And all the things that I bought are not the ones that basically I wish I could have bought more. I bought Tesla, I bought a lot of the pharmaceutical companies, and a lot of the basically the Caribbean, cruise ships, Boeing. But they all did really well, and I'm kind of happy. And I know I made a good money on them, but you have to realize that you cannot never time the market to see when exactly everything is gonna go up, when everything is gonna come back down. And as a good investor, I know I can't really time the market, and I have to be consistent with how much I invest into the stock market and try to do that basically every single month, every single week. I have my checking account basically set up to my Robinhood, so make sure you sign up with Webull, deposit $100, get 2 free stocks. Deposit money, or not even deposit, open an account with Robinhood and you get another free stock. So 3 free stocks. Those are the sponsors of this video. But again, you have to realize that all the ones that are basically went down and they're now up, do you think they're gonna crash? And that's been the talk of the weeks. And a lot of people think that just because it's been going up again, there might be another bubble, it might crash. And we already saw that. I mean, we've been seeing the same scenario over and over again since 2016, 2017. Everybody keeps saying the market is gonna crash. And honestly, I don't know how the market would have been without the coronavirus and with the pandemic that is happening. But I have to tell you guys that the market is gonna do really well. Don't worry about it. And I just saw Warren Buffett invest billions of dollars in the gold market. As I told you guys, gold is a best time to invest into it. I'll leave the link up here for you guys. You can see my video 2-3 months ago. I told you guys to invest and start investing in gold. And look, Warren Buffett is following me now. So it's amazing how the power of gold has been so strong. Within the past year and a half, I know not long ago, gold was about $1,500-$1,600 per ounce. And now it's all the way whooping $2,000. So again, you have to realize that you can't really time the market, and it's perfect time for you to invest a little bit in all of them. It could be the cryptocurrency, it could be stock market, it could be the gold, which I love investing my money in gold and silver both together. I usually do 70-30, 70 in gold, 30% in silver, and that's just give me a right balance of keeping and distributing my money. But again, you have to realize that you want to spread and try to do your best to invest your money in different things. And a lot of people keep asking me now about the ETFs, and is it good time to buy back into ETFs? Yes, hell yes. It's the great time to start investing. Again, you have to realize, and I'm gonna say again as a disclaimer, I'm not a professional trader and I'm not a professional finance to tell you what to do. You should gotta do your own research, and this is all for entertainment purpose. But what I can tell you is you cannot time the markets. You have to be investing every single week. Every time you get paid, every time you get a money that comes out of nowhere that you didn't plan on it, every time there's a money in your account that you don't need. And sometimes you have to pay yourself first in order to be able to invest and save money. It's never too late. You have to realize that if you put aside $50 every single week for 20-30 years, by the time you become retired, you already have $1 million sitting in your account by the 10% market value that it went up and all the dividends that you collected. You're simply a millionaire. You simply can retire at the age that you're supposed to be retiring, and you don't have to work the rest of your life. But you have to again realize that the stock market, yes, is volatile. Yes, it's been going up and down. Yes, the pharmaceutical companies have been going down just because there's some good news about the corona vaccines that it's coming from Russia. And I know they skipped the basically the human trial, and now they're going straight to the vaccine, which is insane. But we'll give it a shot. Some people want the vaccine, some people don't even want the vaccine. So it's up to you guys. But again, it's never late to invest into the stock market. I mean, look at S&P 500, 3374, and it's insane. We're almost higher than what we started before the pandemic. So again, don't time the market. Try to start investing today. Yes, can I give you some recommendations? Absolutely. There is a lot of the pharmaceutical companies that you can invest into that are, they're great. But you have to realize that, is my investment a short-term investment or is it a long-term investment? Do I really need this money right now? If you really need it, then, I would not suggest you to risk it much. I would put it in a stock like Apple, Microsoft, ETFs, like Vanguard and VOO and VTI and SPHT. But if it's a long term, you can make so much more money. You guys have to realize that basically when you put money into stock and whatever profit you get, if you take it under a year out, then you have to pay a lot higher tax. If you keep it for more than 12 months, then the tax that you're going to pay on the profit that you made is going to be a lot less. So you have to make that decision yourself and try to see if that's a good time for you to start investing into the stock market and kind of forget about the money. And I still make this mistake myself that I check the stock market every single day, and I do it mostly because I want to create the content for you guys and I want to be on top of it. But as an investor, you just gotta invest and you let your money go and not even think about it and just let it sit. Just like buying a house. When you buy a house, is the price gonna go up in one day? Maybe. Is it gonna go up every single day? Probably not. In the winters when nobody is moving around, the prices comes down. And in summer when kids are out of school and families can't move around, the prices of the house goes up. So it's the same. You gotta be patient. You gotta learn how to play that game. And Google is your best friend. You can literally start investigating and researching about all the companies that you like. It could be Wayfair, it could be Yahoo, it could be Google, it could be Alphabet, Amazon, and the list goes on. There's so many different opportunities. But make sure you're not making the mistake of putting your money in a stock when you have to take it out in a couple of weeks or maybe a month, and then you realize that you already lost your money, and then you get disappointed about the stock market, and that's just not the right path that you want to take. You don't want to get yourself frustrated with the stock market. So again, it is a perfect time for you to start investing, just because the trend of a lot of the companies in S&P 500 has nothing to do with the economy, and they're just doing good because they're just doing great in their side of the sector of the stock market, which could be the tech companies, which could be the pharmaceutical company. It has nothing to do with the economy. They're just doing great because they're launching new products, people still buying them, and nowadays people are saving more than ever just because they're scared of all the things that is happening around the world, and they don't know if they're gonna be more stimulus check, they don't know if they're gonna be more unemployment check coming up, and the risk of not having jobs around, it just makes everything difficult. If you look at the China's report, they're actually, all the people, the demand and the supply of the whole chain that is happening, the manufacturings and the manufacturers are actually producing a lot more now, but the demand is still very low. So that's what's going to happen to US, and that's how I think the US direction is going to be, because yes, people may go back to work, and yes, they might get a stimulus check, and yes, they might be able to get unemployment, but they're going to be a lot careful with their money now with all the evictions. I mean, we're in Vegas and we have eviction crisis. Literally everybody getting kicked out of their apartment and their house, or their houses are going to bankruptcy, or basically their landlord is kicking them down out. So you have to be careful. People are saving those money, And if you're saving that money, you better know what to do with it. You don't want it just to sit in your account without doing anything. If you think you're not gonna need that money right now, definitely take the time to invest it in stock market, in gold, in silver, cryptocurrency. And a lot of the apps, like basically Pi app, you can start Pi, you can actually start mining free on your phone. So again, there's a lot of opportunities. I post a video of that for that as well, so you guys get the idea. Hopefully you guys learned something from my video. Leave me a comment, let me know what you guys think. Please subscribe and like the video. It helps me a lot. It helps me get motivated and bring better content for you guys every single week. Hopefully you guys have a great weekend and week coming up. I know for some of you it's weeks, for some of you it's weekend, just because not everybody go to work nowadays. So it might be a weekend for you, who knows. Have a great day and ciao.